All right, it's currently 5:59 a.m., but as you can tell, it's still dark outside. In the fall, the sunrise gets so late. Really like it. You can kind of sleep in a little bit more than you can the rest of the year and still be on the water for sunrise. I'm in meat haul mode today. I gotta go catch some fish. Got some family coming in town. Definitely want some fish to feed them. You know, I love to eat fish. To me, it's like wild caught, free range protein. You know, you pay a fortune for that in any grocery store. And we have access to it. All we gotta do, hook up the boat, there we go, and head on out to the marshes of South Louisiana, and that's on the agenda for today. Come along with me. All right, I'm on the water. As you can tell, that sun is already up, but I've come into a little cove here. We got a bit of a breeze, much more than I expected this morning. It's out of the southwest. I mean, not ideal for what I wanted to do, but that's okay. I got a little protected cove, got some pretty water in here. I'm gonna make a long drift, pop a cork, and see what I can run across. So I really like cork fishing in the fall when I'm not like pinpointing specific areas and just like to do big long drifts and coves and stuff like that. Those fish are really scattered. They get in these grass-lined coves to feed on shrimp that are being pulled out of the marsh. Definitely a tactic I like. So I'm throwing this VersaMax Pro Max. This is my favorite cork. It's the one that allows you to adjust a leader length. And below that, I've got a 16th ounce death grip jig head with a Holy Jolly Matrix shad. Really good combo. Water temp in here is 84 degrees. Still warm, but very, very fishable. I looked at one of my trips from last year in late September, and water temp that day was 91. So it's a lot cooler than that. Now what I'm targeting with this technique are speckled trout and white trout. Our marshes get really full of white trout this time of year in the early fall. They haven't moved offshore yet, and our waters are nice and salty. That's what they really like. This is white trout season, and I really, really like white trout, really do. Very, very good to eat. I think they're better than speckled trout even, and I love speckled trout. So specks and whiteys, that's what I'm targeting. This is kind of needle in a haystack stuff. You gotta cover some water and pay close attention to where you get bites and rework those stretches. You may not run across anything, in which case I'll have to move to a different area. Seeing some mullet in here, no shrimp yet. Oh, that might have been a shrimp. That might have been a shrimp. Something hitting a shrimp anyway. Oh, there we go. There we go. He doesn't feel all that big, but he could be a keeper whitey. Hopefully we get to see. Yeah, he's a throwback speck. See, a white trout that size would be a keeper, but a speckled trout is not. He's got to be 13 inches. And a fish that size, of course, really, really, really good to eat. The meat is delicious. You don't get a lot off of it, but it's very tasty. Oh, I missed him. Slow on the draw. Oh, what are you? Thinking another throwback speck. But he's nicer. Not nice enough, though. This is what you catch this time of year. Throwback speckled trout. Now this fish probably is over 12. He probably would have been a keeper before we changed the limits. He would have warranted a measure, that's for sure. But he's definitely not 13. It's funny how many of those are around, and then once you get your first really good cool front, all of a sudden they're all keepers. Another one. He feels a little nicer. He definitely feels nicer. He doesn't come up at all. It might be a catfish, or it could be a whitey. Yep, catfish. That's what I thought. Ow, damn it, he got me. Ah. Catfish have venomous spines, and that one got me with his. So it's going to be stinging the rest of the day. Oh, he hit me right next to the boat. Oh, that's a good fish. That's a real good fish. All right, there we go. It's a good keeper speckled trout. See, that to me is a fish that was outside and came in. He's already migrated. Glad to have him. About a 14-incher. And yes, a 14-incher inside is a good trout this time of year. Love that sound. Fish in the box. Feels decent. Feels catty. See if he comes up. No, he's a trout. I think he's a keeper. No, you know what? He is a keeper for sure. That's what I was hoping to run across, some white trout. Now, white trout fight much harder than specks for about the first 3 to 5 seconds, and then they kind of give up. I would not mind catching a few of those. In Louisiana, there are no size minimums on white trout, and there's no creel limit. Catch as many as you want. I mean, obviously you shouldn't be greedy. Don't take more than you need. And they also tend not to come up like speckled trout. You know, speckled trout, when you hook them, they come up and shake on the surface. White trout do that a whole lot less. And this, to me, is a situation where you definitely don't want to be throwing live bait. Would I be getting more bites if I was throwing live bait? Possibly, but it'd be very inefficient. You make a cast, you might get a hit, lose your bait, you get a reel in, put another live shrimp on, do another cast. This is much more efficient. You're constantly fishing. You know, and there's so many small trout in the water right now, and catfish. You're just gonna lose a ton of shrimp. This holy jolly matrix shad in pretty water is super effective. It looks like a shrimp. And I got it on that 1/16 ounce death grip to make it mimic a shrimp when it falls. It's a much slower fall rate. Well, I just noticed there's somebody duck hunting in this cove, so I'm gonna head on out. Hey, I'm sorry I didn't see you. Well, we found some fish, and now we gotta leave them. We can maybe come back later after he's done hunting. All right, let's go see if we can find some more. All right, in another little cove here, got the wind pushing this way. I'm hoping this tide is falling, although I'm not positive. I'm not really sure what direction it's moving, but it is moving. Just gonna try and cover some water and see what we find. I was kind of getting dialed in on them at that other spot, but Louisiana's in the midst of its 9-day teal season. That guy was teal hunting. What you want to focus on this time of year are these coves that have bayous dumping into them. Oh, nice takedown, shoot. Too busy running my mouth. Because those bayous dump shrimp. You know, the white shrimp grow up back in the marsh. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, I think that's a catfish. Pretty sure. Yep. That's not what we want. That's not what we want. He's foul hooked too. So anyway, as I was saying, those bayous drain shrimp. Every tide drains some shrimp. And so these fish will gang up on these flats to ambush those shrimp. I particularly like flats that have grass. All right, there we go. This is eelgrass. Obviously got some of this in this cove. It's a good sign. Like fishing around eelgrass. Not seeing the bait we saw in the other cove though. You know, the sound your cork makes is critical, particularly this time of year. It's one of the reasons I really like this Pro Max, just kind of the way it sounds. And I pop my cork vigorously in the fall. Definitely less so in the winter. And believe it or not, we do fish these flats a lot in the winter. Fish will move up onto them on those kind of warmer afternoons. Pop it less, and you could probably get away with less of a loud cork than this Pro Max, but this time of year, it's just absolutely critical. Pop it a lot, and you want it to be loud. Not only loud, just kind of making the right sound, and this one makes the right sound. It sounds like a trout hitting on the surface. Okay, I just saw a mullet. First bait. Wish it were a shrimp. The cloud's giving us a nice reprieve. Oh, missed him. Running my mouth. That sun's behind it. The wind's pushing directly into the sun, so it's kind of making us drift that way. So I'd be staring right into the sun's rays, trying to see this cork. If it weren't for that cloud. Can't blame the sun for that miss. Oh, goodness. Can't blame it for that one either. Oh, goodness. Might be some little trout. But I'd like to see them at least. Could be some whiteys. Oh, missed him. Okay, getting a few bites. Is it cats? Is it white trout? Is it small specks? I'd like to find out. Oh, goodness. I don't know what that is. That's got to be some kind of cat. That's got to be a cat. If it's a trout, it's a nice one. All right, he's kind of acting trouty now. It's got to be a white trout because he's not big at all. Yeah, that's a really nice whitey. That's a really nice one. Oh, no, it's a speck. Never mind. It's a keeper trout. He just doesn't have a lot of spots. See, he's not very spotted at all. I thought he was a white trout, but he's a keeper speck. That's good to see. Got a few bites. Have to make note of where I am. Oh, look at that. There's a shrimp. There's a shrimp. Something was just hitting a shrimp. Come on. I got a shrimp right here for you. And I just heard something bust a shrimp off to my right. We're in a few fish here. Oh, shoot, I missed him. There's a little bayou that dumps in right ahead. That's probably why these fish are here. We'll go explore that bayou at some point. Oh, Todd. All right, there we go. I think it's another keeper. I'm not sure. It's definitely a speck. Ooh, man, he's a measurer. He is a measurer. Let me look. I think he's a little short. I think he's a little bit short. Yeah, he's 12 and a half. All right, that's all right. Glad to have him. Glad to have him. Were there 12 and a halves? They're 13s. Oh, goodness. What in the world? That was crazy. Something hit behind the cork. I don't think it was this guy. Because he's not that big. Dude, you're pretty unlucky because I caught you by a whisker. But you are lucky because the state of Louisiana says I can't keep you. I could if you had no spots. Oh shoot, I missed him. It's never not fun watching a cork go down. Just love this style of fishing this time of year. It's just so productive. Well, sometimes when you drift in these flats, you can throw out the Cajun anchor or spot lock and catch 5, 6, 7 in like one little area. But I just tried spot locking where I'd gotten a bunch of bites. Nothing. Just got to stay on the move. Whoa! That's a cat. I'd bet money. You can just tell by how he's fighting. That's a catfish. Yep. Just part of the deal. This time of year, you're going to catch some cats. Cold water temps will make them move outside, but there's a lot of them inside right now. Yeah, big old gaff top. Sliming up my line. See you, dude. Now, a lot of people hate catching catfish, and I'm not going to say I enjoy it. What I most dislike is how they slime your line. You got to get that off, otherwise your line looks like rope. And it's not always easy to get off. You always seem to have a little bit of residual, no matter what. But I don't treat catfish poorly. Some people hit them with bats and stuff. They actually serve a very important function in the ecosystem, so there's no reason to kill them. We're getting close to the mouth of that bayou. Definitely want to make a little trip in there. All right, I made it to the mouth of this little bayou. I'm gonna poke my nose in there, see what I can run across. It definitely looks like the water is falling out of here. So I'm gonna throw this 1/4 ounce death grip jig head with a candy bug Zimmer swimmer. Water's good, but not perfect. Those candy bugs are good all around color. Okay, now that I'm in this little mouth, I can see that water is falling, but man, it's not falling quickly at all. It's barely trickling out. It should pick up the pace here shortly. We kind of started our trip at the end of the rise. So I think we're probably just past the change. Oh, that's a good hit. What in the world? What are you? That was a really good hit. Oh, nice flounder. Come on, get in the boat. All right, there we go. All right. So many of these guys around this year. He's destroying my Zimmer swimmer. But that's all right, it's a good trade. Oh, dude, you were hooked super well. Yes. So glad to have this guy. Look at that. Mwah. I will never in my entire fishing career get a hit harder than that one. I'll just say that dude was not bashful. If you're a regular viewer, you know I've been on a crazy flounder run this year. Just crazy. So good. There's just a lot more of them around than what we used to have. And you know, flounder ambush predators, they just sit in areas where bait is passing. They particularly like depth changes. Oh goodness, another really hard hit. Is that another flounder? I mean, he hit the same exact way. I think it's another flounder. It is another flounder. Please stay hooked up. Oh goodness, another doormat. Really beautiful fish. All right, look at this guy. Super happy to have him. Wow. All right. I mean, that was an identical hit. Identical. So awesome. Flounder, love the Zimmer swimmer. And it's not hard to see why. When you see this thing in the water, that tail is like an egg beater. And that's what flounder like. They like something with some action. I love little bayous like this. And there are bayous like this absolutely everywhere in our coast. Everywhere. Just look at a map, you'll find them. So productive this time of year. Particularly on a falling tide. Much more productive on a fall than on a rise. See little bends like this. No guarantee, obviously, but that's a highly likely looking spot. You're gonna have much deeper water in those bends. Real shallow water on the inside and deep along the outside. What do we have here? Another flounder? Could be. Yep. No, I don't know. No, redfish, maybe. Redfish? Yep, redfish. Oh, it's a keeper red. All right, we got him. All right, real good red. Got him in the boat quickly. You know what? That makes a slam. We got a slam today. He hit very differently than those flounder did. It's about a 19-inch fish. I'm gonna measure him just to make sure. Yeah, he's 20 inches. There we go. Yeah, look how deep this little bend is, 4 feet. That's why those fish are there. I always love catching a marsh slam, which is speckled trout, redfish, and flounder. Typically the hardest of the three to catch flounder. But we got 2 of them today. Oh my goodness. Scared the snot out of me. That was pretty loud. Oh goodness, I threw in his mouth. He hit me almost before it hit the water. Goodness. Oh shoot, I hate missing that fish. I wanted to see what he was. I think he was a nice trout. Shoot. He was acting like a trout, but he could have been a bass. That was a pure reaction strike. I mean, he hit the second it hit the water. There we go. Oh, goodness. That's got to be a red. Oh, yeah. Not any place for him to go. That's one of these 19 to 20 inch reds that are just so common this year. Just so awesome. All right, no, he's bigger than that. He's bigger than I thought he was. That's about a 22 or so. Yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna say 21 inch red. Really nice fish. These fish are just everywhere. These kind of 18 to 22 inch reds are just so prevalent this year. He smacked that Zimmer swimmer. All right. Yeah, don't hook me, dude. All right, we'll take him home. These little bayous are just so productive this time of year. It's the key to everything. It's what delivers the bait out of the backwater marshes. That's why those fish are on the flat, and that's why they're in here for sure. Now, we haven't caught any trout here in this bayou yet, although I think I did have one hooked, but that'll change once these water temps drop. It's 83 in here. Not horrible, but these water temps were in the 70s, maybe low 70s. I think we'll be finding some trout in here. That's gonna happen. Those days are rapidly coming. I know I can't wait. I absolutely love October, November, December fishing. Just love it. I like September, but I love October. And the only thing better than October is November. Oh, fudge. Well, you know what that was? Crabby crab. Krabby Patty. All right, mission accomplished. I wanted some meat, and I got some meat. Free range, wild caught, speckled trout, redfish, flounder, white trout. Just an absolutely fantastic morning. Love fall fishing. The key baits, obviously, well, the key setups at least. Fishing this Versamax Pro Max. I had it about I'm gonna say 2.5, 3 feet above this 16th ounce depth grip jig head. Holy Jolly Matrix Shad. This is just a deadly setup. You definitely want to throw this a lot this time of year when you don't really know where fish are. You're just kind of drifting flats, popping that cork, trying to catch whatever you can catch. It'll be a great technique for really like the next 3 months, maybe even longer than that. Also, of course, this 1/4 ounce depth grip jig head with the Candy Bug Zimmer swimmer. Just love this combo. I mean, I probably could have thrown this on the flat, certainly caught a few fish, but I really like throwing this where I got some depth changes that I can bounce that bait down. Redfish, flounder, speckled trout, largemouth bass, all the fish we have in our marshes, they absolutely love this thing. That's why I love to throw it. I'm just so giddy that it's fall. All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the Marshman Masson channel on YouTube. Lots of great fall fishing content still to come. I can't wait. Until next time, if we don't see you in the marsh, we'll see you right here on Marshman Masson. Love it, love it, love it.